Saturday, win over Rice, another good performance from the defense. What are your biggest takeaways, good, bad, or otherwise?
Yeah, well, really excited for our players, and like you said, I thought we played well, played hard. Obviously, the 6 takeaways is a huge deal. Opportunity for another defensive touchdown, huge deal, and just really proud of our guys. One of the things somebody told me a long time ago was, if you want to know how hard your defense plays, look and see how many turnovers they have, and because those are effort. And their second effort plays, and Coach Hudson, our defensive backs coach, has done a phenomenal job with the DBs, and obviously they're taking balls out of the air, they're forcing fumbles, and rallying to the ball and getting on them. Great opportunity again for Donut. As many plays as he's made for us through the year, now he's got a chance to get a fumble recovery and be able to score with it. So it was that. There are the disappointing piece really was third down. We've done a great job through the year, in my opinion, of playing well on third down. We didn't go out and execute, particularly in the first half, the way I'd like to on third down. And we've kind of made that point with our players. Did some nice things though. The first 2 drives, again, we're trying to play the game with them. Long drives. Rice has done a phenomenal job with their execution and their play calling through those first 2 drives, and we're able to get out of both of them with takeaways. Both are, in the high red zone, and being able to kind of change the math there within the game. And then you come out the third series, and on the third down, you wind up being able to get a strip sack, fumble touchdown, and that was kind of, what set the tone for the day. And then we continue to get takeaways through the rest of the game. And again, can't say enough about how hard our guys are playing and taking the coaching that we ask them to, and they're a lot of fun to watch.
With the DBs, that might be you had guys at linebackers who were experienced, had guys at the line who were experienced. These might have taken the biggest step this year so far. Watch practice, Coach Hudson always has them there. After practice is done, getting some extra work in.
That's right.
What's been the biggest change in that group and area of growth in that group?
Well, I think the one thing that Coach Hudson does a great job of is trying to make sure that he expresses to the DBs, again, how much, we talk about complementary football all the time, and defensively our complement is obviously that pass rush and coverage go together. And he's very adamant about, understanding that the defensive line and the linebackers and the opportunities to pressure become a huge piece to it. But I think at the end of the day, what you've got is a group of people in his room that are totally bought into the techniques that he coaches and teaches, that believe in him, because you see it carry over into the game. I think they're playing very confident, and I think that's, probably 80-90% of playing the DB position. We've played a lot of guys. I couldn't tell you exactly. My guess would be 15 to 18 DBs throughout the year. So we have a lot of depth in that room, and at the same time we have guys that are interchangeable parts. So we've got a lot of smart guys back there, guys that have the ability to rush the passer, which we ask them to do, and guys that are able to stop the run game and play coverage as well. So I can't say enough about Coach Hudson and what he's been able to do with that group, what he means to our team, and particularly our defense. Same thing goes with Coach Baker. Again, the defensive line, I feel like particularly the last month has just taken a huge step forward. The linebackers continue to progress, and the job that Coach Cunningham's been able to do, really with Derek Smith, guy coming in, hadn't played the position before, and has really had a good year for us, and continues to get, Jaden and Will to be able to play. Those are older guys, and I think that he's up their game. I think they've played better each week as the season has gone on as well. And then our outside linebacker play has been at a high level. Donut has been able to play a lot of different positions for us, do a lot of different things, but obviously you see Nico come in the game. Nico makes plays. He's a part of one of the fumbles the other night. And also Aaron Key. Aaron's been a guy that's been able to play multiple things for us, big part of our dime rabbit and our third down package. So I think as you continue to watch through all these guys, they're fun to watch because they believe in what we're doing. They trust their coaches. We trust them. And I think that you can see kind of the family atmosphere we have and the excitement that we have throughout the game. And hopefully we'll be able to continue to play like that.
Coach, going into Auburn, they had 2 guys who rushed for over 100 yards last week. How do you stop them? How do you stop them from having a run game that affects the game?
Yeah, you got to have a lot of people at the ball. It's one of the things that you see. Their running backs are elite. I mean, they are. They've got 2 or 3 backs, in my opinion, that can play anywhere, do anything. Guys that are going to be NFL guys for sure, and they play real well. A lot of credit goes to their offensive line. They have a lot of different runs, big run scheme, and kind of what we talk about all the time. You've heard me say it in here. Whether it's they can hit singles, they can hit doubles. I mean, these guys are home run hitters, and they can do it with simple schemes, and they can do it with mathematical schemes at the same time. And so they're it's going to be a real challenge for us, like it is week in and week out. But obviously these 2 guys create some problems for you. But we've got to be able to do a good job of being able to have multiple people at the ball. We can't get stuck in one-on-one situations throughout the field, and good offenses like Auburn, that's what they try to do. They try to create one-on-one matchups everywhere, and you got one guy defending on one numbers, you got somebody else on the other numbers, and you're hoping that there's a one-on-one somewhere in the A-gap, and that's where people get exposed when they're playing against Auburn. So we've got to have as many guys as we can have on the ball, and have as many eyes as we can to be able to do it. But they've got a really, really good run game, particularly with the 2 backs. I think they do a great job with their tight ends and how they use them, and I think schematically with their run game and the ability with the quarterback being able to run it as well, it's a real challenge.
Obviously, Tyson talked about how they're a motivated team, going through the coaching changes kind of like Charlotte was. But, in terms of the on-the-field stuff, the schematic, what they do on the field, have you seen any of that change in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, well, so Will Friend is their offensive line coach, and Will and I have worked together at both UAB and Colorado State. So Will and I have been together, I think, 6 years, and so Will's calling plays, and I think that you see, obviously, the base part of the offense that they brought with them from Boise, and the parts that they had a year ago with Mike Bobo. But I think you see Will being very play caller friendly, both to the running backs and to the quarterback. I think he's getting the most out of what they do and why they're doing it. He's got some new personnel packages that they haven't necessarily spent a lot of time in, and I think he's doing a great job of being able to try to run the ball both outside and inside. A lot of teams are very one-minded. They're either kind of a pull team, or they're an inside zone team and try to kind of bully you inside. They kind of do it all. They've got every run you can have. They're very fortunate because they've got backs that can hit home runs from all of those. But I think you see a difference for sure. I think Will's doing a good job. And anyway, it'll be interesting to see what they decide they're going to come do versus us on Saturday.
Like we said, they run it a lot, but how do you keep the DB from being checked out and getting stuck into the run and then get beat over the top? How do you keep that?
Yeah, well, I think some of that's obviously, what we're coaching them to do as far as what their keys should be and what coverages we play with. There's certain coverages where they are clued into the run first, and gives them an opportunity to have some overlap. There are other coverages where they can't. They have to be crack replace guys, or they have to be the primary guy in the passing game, and so. As we go through this week, it'll be similar to the things that we've tried to coach all year, and going to be similar to techniques that we've tried to coach throughout the year. And at the end of the day, what we do and kind of how we do it, our corners are a big part of our run game, and they'll continue to be. But our safeties have been very clued in, dialed in. Our safety play has improved again, like our defensive line for the last month. I think it's really, really improved, and I think you see a lot of guys play in that position. But I think you've seen a lot of them step up and play better. We've got to be able to play with the focus. We've got to be able to practice with the focus, and keep our eyes on our keys. And I think that's going to be ultimately a big part of what gives us the opportunity to have some success. I did have one thing. Jared, this is your last one? Okay. Well, I just wanted to tell you thank you for everything. Since you've been here, you've been first class with your work and your work ethic, and I'm going to miss you. Appreciate it.